Hello and welcome. You're watching NDTV 24/7. I'm Osama Shab. Our big story that we are tracking at the top of this hour: in a major crackdown in Chhattisgarh, 36 Maoist bodies have been recovered after they were eliminated in an encounter. In the meanwhile, a high-level meeting has been called by the Chief Minister of Chhattisgarh. These Maoists, they were shot dead by security forces in a forest along the Narayanpur-Dantewada border in Chhattisgarh, in a huge success for the forces in the recent times. And this is what the sources have said. The District Reserve Guard, the DRG, and the Special Task Force, the STF, began the anti-Maoist operation on Thursday, and the contact happened at 12:30 p.m. on Friday. Several assault rifles, including AK series and other weapons, have been recovered. A high-level meeting has been called at the Chief Minister's residence to discuss the Maoist encounter.
नारायणपुर और दंतेवाड़ा की सीमा में जो अबूझमाड़ क्षेत्र है उसमें हमारे सुरक्षा बलों और माओवादियों में मुठभेड़ हुआ है और जिसमें सर्चिंग में अभी तक कई हथियार उसमें मिले हैं, AK-47 वगैरह मिले हैं। और मैं समझता हूँ कि अब तक का ये बहुत बड़ा ऑपरेशन हुआ है और इस सफलता के लिए मैं अपने जवानों को बहुत बहुत बधाई देता हूँ। उनके मतलब साहस को हम नमन करते हैं।
And my colleague Anurag Dwari joins us to get us more on this. Anurag, this is one of the biggest successes for the security forces in Chhattisgarh in the recent times. What are the details that you can give us?
Yes, Osama, in one of the biggest operations against the Naxals in Bastar, where the security forces, the sources in security forces, they are claiming to us that more than 36 Naxals have been gunned down. But our sources are also saying that 50 body bags have arrived there. So this figure also can go up in the morning because they are facing a lot of difficulties in the search operation there. As you said, it started around 12:30 to 1 p.m. in the afternoon today. The contact happened at that time, and the forces were sent to villages like Govel, Nendur and Thulthuli, which comes under Orcha and Barsur police stations. And it was a team of STF, DRG and the local police. They were following a specific input, and they came in contact with the 6th battalion of the Naxals, and security forces are saying off the record that the entire 6th battalion has been wiped out, has been gunned down by the security forces. And this is the in the past 11 days, this is the third encounter between security forces and the Naxals there in Bastar, and so far more than 180 Naxals were gunned down in this year only in Bastar. And as the Home Minister Amit Shah has also said that they will wipe out Naxalism from Bastar in 2026. So it's a very big operation against the Naxals in Bastar. And as I said, the security forces are still saying that the search operation is underway because till late in the evening there were some fires, some round of firing coming from the Naxal sides. It's a very difficult terrain, the entire Abuj-Mad region, but now the security forces are also, they have also managed to go deeper inside the Abuj-Mad region, and that's why these operations against the Naxals on such a large scale is happening nowadays.
All right, Anurag Dwari, thank you very much for getting us all the latest in that story, and we'll keep getting you the details as it develops. Meanwhile, Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei led a rare Friday prayer sermon in Tehran to commemorate the death of Hezbollah chief Hassan Nasrallah. This as tensions continue to soar between Israel and Iran. Here's a report.
Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei led a rare Friday prayer sermon in Tehran to commemorate the death of Hezbollah chief Hassan Nasrallah. The last time Khamenei led Friday prayers was nearly 5 years ago to commemorate the death of Qasem Soleimani, the commander of Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, who was killed by the US. Thousands of people gathered at Tehran's Grand Mosque as a large poster of Nasrallah stood among the worshippers, with crowds waving Lebanese and Palestinian flag in show of strength against Israel.
در مقابل رژیم اونچه که منطقی است، اونچه که معقول است، اونچه که درست است به نظر تصمیم گیران نظامی و سیاسی در وقت خود در هنگام خود انجام میگیرد، کما اینکه انجام گرفت و در آینده هم اگر لازم شد باز انجام خواهد گرفت که ملت‌های مسلمان، گروه‌های مسلمان.
Khamenei dedicated a large part of his speech to Hezbollah and Hassan Nasrallah, who was assassinated by Israel in Beirut. The second part of his sermon was delivered in Arabic to appeal to Lebanese and Palestinian audiences. But as Khamenei was addressing the gathering, Israel continued with its aerial strikes in Lebanon and claimed to have eliminated the potential Hezbollah successor, Hashem Safieddin. Israel also launched an aerial strike in occupied territory of West Bank.
كان في طيران طبعا مكثف صوت عالي على الاغلب طيران حربي F-16. هاي المنطقه اللي هي اللي تحت السفليه هاي منطقه قهوه، اللي فوق منزل العائله. طبعا هذا الشاب اللي هنا بكون اخو زوجته، هو وزوجته واولاده اثنين واخو وزوجته كمان اخرى. طبعا لما صار القصف يعني شيء خيالي، يعني وكأنها صاعقة، يعني طلع منظر الدمار ببين يعني بدون شيء، ولحد الآن يعني مش قادرين نتعرف على جثته.
Meanwhile, as Beirut was under intense attack from Israel, Iran's foreign minister chose to visit the Lebanon capital hours after Israel hit a target near the Beirut airport. This is the first visit by a top Iranian official since the assassination of Hezbollah chief Hassan Nasrallah in Beirut last week. Amid all the escalation, Lebanon has said that it will continue to back Hezbollah as it is a legitimate group fighting against the occupation of Israel.
They are freedom fighters. They are fighting for the liberty of the land, for fighting terrorism, the state terrorism of Israel, fighting occupation.
As the situation escalates in Middle East, all efforts towards a ceasefire by the US and other mediators have failed. And ironically, US, which has maintained that diplomacy and dialogue is needed to end this crisis, is now fully backing Israel to strike oil reserves in Iran, which will potentially push the region into further crisis. With Mohammad Ghazali, NDTV Bureau Report.
And Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Friday made reference to the widening conflicts in the Middle East and the ongoing Russia-Ukraine war, saying that the two regions were crucial for the global economy and energy security. Prime Minister Modi also reiterated that the optimism around India by global leaders and financial experts, it was not just a mere coincidence, but the result of reforms brought in by his government over the past decade.
इस बार का ये कॉन्क्लेव ऐसे समय में हो रहा है जब दुनिया के दो बड़े रीजन में युद्ध की स्थिति है। ये दोनों रीजन ग्लोबल इकोनॉमी के लिए और खास तौर पर एनर्जी सिक्योरिटी के लिहाज से बहुत अहम है।
Iranian Ambassador to India, Dr. Iraj Elahi, says that Iran did not start the war and that it was because of the United States that it postponed its retaliation. Have a look at this excerpt from an exclusive interview with Mario Shakil.
Ambassador, when you say that you stopped this retaliation, does that mean that Iran had communicated to United States that there would be retaliation by Iran after the killing of the Hezbollah chief?
You know, we do have,
So there are back-channel communications which are on.
We do have our channel with United States through different, and we receive message, we send message to them. It doesn't mean that there is no communication between Iran and United States. They have sent message, and we postponed our retaliation.
Okay, so because US told you to do so, you postponed the retaliation.
US said that there is a negotiation and for ceasefire. We postponed this retaliation for ceasefire.
Okay. Iran.
It doesn't mean that we postpone our retaliation because of the request of United States. We postponed to reach to ceasefire. We could ignore our retaliation on the benefit of the region. But when Netanyahu rejected ceasefire and denied and did not accept ceasefire, there was no option for Iran just to retaliate.
How is Iran looking at its ties with Arab nations? The reason why I'm asking is that Iranian president was in Doha. He also met the Saudi prime minister there. There have been efforts of normalization of ties in the past between Israel and Saudi Arabia through the Abraham Accords. Of course, that has been put on the back burner, but how do you look at these meetings?
Iran and Arab states of Persian Gulf is progressing. After rapprochement of Iran and Saudi Arabia, the relation between Iran and Saudi Arabia is progressing. The United Arab Emirates is among the is one of the biggest economic partner, trade partner of Iran. With Qatar, we do have very close relation. Oman has hosted Iran-US negotiation. So our relation with our Arab neighbors is progressing, and we believe that they also are supporting de-escalation of the situation. Let me thank you for. I hope that may I add that India is an important country. We hope that this is a good opportunity for India to play a role in this field. I hope that India will use its influence, its capability for de-escalation in the region, and convinced Israel to stop its genocide in Gaza and not escalate the situation.
And India's External Affairs Minister, Dr. S. Jaishankar, he will travel to Pakistan to attend a conclave of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, or the SCO, in mid-October. The last Indian External Affairs Minister to visit Pakistan was Sushma Swaraj, that too in 2015. Now, Pakistan hosts the SCO Council of Heads of the Government meeting between October 15th and October 16th. Time now for a very short break. More news and updates on the other side. Welcome back. In Assam, preparations are on for the biggest festival of Eastern India, Durga Puja. For over 10 lakh tea garden workers of Assam, this is not only a time for festivity, but for the good money that they get, the Puja bonus. A legacy of the British time, Ratndeep Chaudhary gets us this report.
At Barbarua Tea Estate in eastern Assam's Dibrugarh district, preparations are on for Durga Puja. The 10 lakh workers in over 800 tea gardens across the state look forward to Durga Puja not just for the festivities but also for a much awaited festival bonus, a legacy of the 200-year-old tea industry in Assam. The Assam government has approved a 20% bonus for Assam Tea Corporation Limited tea garden employees and workers amounting to over 78 crores. This even though the tea industry is in a slum. At Barbarua Tea Estate, workers are elated.
बोनस मिलने से तो वही पूजा पाठ में लग जाता है और लड़का बच्चा के लिए तो कपूर लेना पड़ता है। हाँ, तो पा गया हम तो 12,500 रुपया। हाँ, अच्छा। हाँ, और बाद बाकी तो अभी बाकी है, वो जनवरी के टाइम में देगा तो लड़का बच्चा के एडमिशन के लिए लग जाता है पैसा।
बगान का चाय बगान का ये ब्रिटिश से लेके तब से चालू हुआ है जो पूजा के सीजन में बनास दुर्गा पूजा में बनास देता है और इस बनास का माध्यम से हम लोग चाय बगान का जो पब्लिक है वो लोग पूजा में कपड़ा लेते हैं, खाना का कुछ सामान लेते हैं और ऐसा ऐसा कुछ सामान लेके वो लोग सारा पैसा दुर्गा पूजा में खत्म कर देते हैं।
With the aim to cut down wasteful expenses during the festival, the garden management, as requested by the workers' union, has paid 15% of the bonus this time and kept the remaining 5% to be paid early next year so that it can help with the children's admissions.
पुणे से 20% वर्कर्स एम्प्लॉय को हम लोग दिया है और ये 2 स्प्लिट में दिया है 15+5 एक्चुअली इसी वजह से जनवरी में देता है क्योंकि हम लोग का एजुकेशन वगैरह में ये पैसा लगता है तो वो माइंड रखते हुए ये 2 स्प्लिट में ये बोनस दिया जाता है।
The decision of Assam government on bonus comes at a time when the Assam tea industry is witnessing a slump, and in neighboring Bengal, in the Darjeeling Hills and adjoining areas of North Bengal, there have been strikes over the demands of bonuses by the tea garden workers. With Ripunjay Das in Dibrugarh, in Guwahati, Ratndeep Chaudhary for NDTV.
Well, that's all we have for you. Keep watching NDTV.